Hey guys, Alpal here. Just wanted to make a quick video discussing the recent Clash Royale update and the discourse around it. I was actually working on a devlog for the new SolSync update I've been working on recently, which is what my previous video was a teaser for, but I figured since this is a bit more topical, I wanted to talk about this first. So, I stopped playing Clash Royale a few months ago, right after they did the log damage nerf that made it so you can't kill a level 15 Dark Goblin with a level 14 log. I still get a lot of Clash Royale stuff in my recommendations and have been keeping up with the new reworks and evolutions that they've been adding recently. I do want to give credit where it's due and say I actually really like the Furnace and Three Musketeer reworks. Those are pretty solid, and I think those were generally good changes made to the game. That said, I do want to ask, just one question. Supercell, what is this? What are you guys doing? What is this? So, they added in heroes, which are like a weird love child between evolutions and champions. They've added in yet another way to enhance already existing cards. I mean, they haven't even finished adding in all the evolutions yet, so are those just done now? I mean, I don't really hate the idea that much. It's just that we already have evolutions and champions, and they're just doing that again. They're adding in way too many individual systems that you need to keep track of, and it just makes the game way more complex than it needs to be. I mean, from a game design perspective, it just seems like a huge mess. Plus, it just adds yet another layer of complexity when it comes to game balance. And it's already all over the place in that department. I mean, the fact that them adding a card that can literally give themselves 5 levels is considered moderately balanced by the community just shows how insane it's gotten. If you explained Hero Mini P.E.K.K.A to a Clash Royale fan like 5 years ago, they would have laughed at you. I do think that enhanced cards like evolutions and heroes are fun to play around with, but using them in a PvP setting inherently makes it more unfair, especially if they're practically locked behind a paywall. In my opinion, Clash Royale has kind of devolved into this amalgamation of half-baked ideas. Champions kind of overstayed their welcome, evolutions feel kind of bland now, and it's pretty obvious they're running out of ideas. I don't even know if people still play merge tactics. And Guild Wars still kind of sucks. They haven't added in any new star levels, and apparently they still haven't done anything with the event tab. Do they even care at this point? You know, I'm an old school player. I played back in 2016, back when legendaries actually felt legendary and people used terms like positive elixir trade. And to an extent, I'm just still a big fan of this game. But it's just a shell of its former self. But even despite that, people are still really supportive of this game. I mean, Supercell makes more money in a month than most of us will ever see in a lifetime. It's really popular right now. I've seen a lot of people say that Jinxie is the main reason that the game has gotten super popular recently. Honestly, I don't really think that's entirely true. Big streamers like him are certainly a catalyst for the game's growth, but he's not like Atlas holding up the entire Clash Royale community or anything. There's still a ton of other creators like OJ, Ken, Boss, and so forth. I've also seen like a lot of community engagement recently. Whenever I'm slop scrolling on YouTube Shorts, half of the meme compilations have at least one Clash Royale meme in there somewhere. Hell, I've seen a pretty big uptick in fan art recently. I even decided to throw in a few entries myself. I mean, if there's a demand, I'll contribute to the supply. I want to say that Supercell is shooting themselves in the foot by adding in level 16 in the new heroes, but are they really? People are still going to play the game, and they're still going to make a ton of money, so I don't think the game is going to be dying out anytime soon. While I'm on the topic of Clash Royale, I do want to talk about Aestheta a little bit. I've already shared my thoughts in a few posts on Steam, but I wanted to share them here as well. To an extent, I kind of feel like I failed with Aestheta a little. I mean, overall the game has done way better than I expected to, and I really appreciate everyone who has been super supportive of it. But at the same time, I kind of feel like it could have done even better, It had a bit of a rocky start at launch. There were a ton of negative reviews about stuff that honestly were pretty easy fixes and weren't that big of a deal in my opinion. And sometimes I kind of beat myself up for not really fixing them sooner. Like difficulty scaling, pathfinding, etc. Maybe I'm just being too hard on myself, but I feel like I could have done better. I want to apologize for not delivering a better product for you guys sooner. I really appreciate the feedback you guys have given me. Even though I've been doing game dev for almost a decade now, I'm still learning. Also, I know I've said this like a billion times, but yes, I know that I make Gooner Slop, and I am aware that it can be a turnoff for people, which can affect whether or not people will be interested in the game. I don't really think I make Gooner Slop. Gooner Bait, sure, but I put too much love and effort into what I make for it to be slop, you know? It's just kind of how I roll. I like drawing characters with big badonkers because I just like doing it. It's not really for the male fantasy. It's just for the, I guess, the me fantasy, you know? Anyway, back to Clash Royale. Honestly, I don't think it's too late for them to walk back the new heroes and just rework them into champions. I think they could easily rework Hero Knight into like a Barbarian King champion. The taunt effect is actually pretty interesting, and I think it could lead to some pretty neat interactions. I think it might be better if the taunt actually appears on top of whatever the Hero Knight, or theoretically the Barbarian King, is targeting instead of on top of themselves. I also think that they could rework the Hero Musketeer into like an engineered champion, which would make sense for them to deploy a sentry. Hero Giant, I mean, they could turn that into a giant evolution if the effect is just triggered whenever and had like a cooldown. I don't think it would be that overpowered. Same thing with Hero Mini P.E.K.K.A. You could just have the effect trigger whenever Mini P.E.K.K.A. is below a certain health threshold. Like you can fill the bar up to the max from defending a golem push, and then if they get hit by a fireball, then they gain those levels and heal themselves once. And maybe if it capped out at 3, I think 5 is way too much. I don't know, just some food for thought. Overall, I don't like the new hero system. I don't like where Clash Royale is headed, and honestly, it kind of makes me want to add a multiplayer mode to Aestheta, just so people can have like a more proper Clash Royale alternative. I also do kind of want to add a sandbox mode where you can just place down whatever and go nuts. Like if you just wanted to test out certain interactions. Let me know if you guys are interested in something like that. I don't really have anything planned for Aestheta in the future, but I can definitely add some new stuff if people are tired of playing Clash Royale and want something new. Honestly, that's kind of the main reason I made Aestheta in the first place. Just to show that indies can pick up where big game studios are falling behind. I mean, in terms of polish and overall quality, it is nowhere near as good. But it'll be made with love at least. That's all I wanted to say for now. Even though I'm not a Clash Royale player at the moment and don't really have any stakes, I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts anyway. Also, thank you guys for 4,500 subscribers. That's like 4,500 more than I've ever anticipated to get here. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad my stuff is starting to get more traction here. So, thank you. Anyway, that's about it. New video coming soon. See ya.